In this video on Advanced Find for Microsoft Dynamics for Sales, we're going to show how you can create a reasonably involved query but do it outside of the standard Advanced Find interface. So a lot of people are a little bit wary of Advanced Find interface. It's not perhaps the most user friendly. There are ways of doing slightly more involved queries without using it, or indeed being able to start a query which you can then further work on within the Advanced Find interface. Now this is one of the series of videos we're doing. Now specifically this video is on the legacy version of Advanced Find. There are two versions, legacy and modern, and your administrator determines which is your standard default that you will see when you go into the system. Now we've done a set of videos for both, so you can see links to all of those videos below. If you've got any suggestions for future content, or indeed you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics, please see the links below. So in terms of creating queries outside of Advanced Find, let's take the very simple example that I want to find contacts in Seattle, and I want their job title to be that they're the owner of the business. Now I couldn't query that just by using something like the keyword search or the global search, because we're looking for data held in two separate places. So what I can do is go to my views area. In this case I'm going to start off at all contacts and build the query from there. Now I've said we want them to be in Seattle, so their address city is Seattle, and we want their job title to be owner. Now neither of those two columns appear in this view, so the starting point to be able to create that query is to add those columns, and to do that I just go to the edit columns button here. That will now display the columns, the fields that are displayed in the view, which there are only 4, but I've got the ability to add columns here. So if I click on add, I can select address 1 city, and we said job title. Now I could keep scrolling down if I wish to, but I've also got a search area here, so if I type in job, and then that will suggest job title to me, which is the one I want. So if I select that and close that, I can now see that I've added those two fields to the view. In principle, if I apply it, you'll see them appear. So we've now got city and job title. Now if I wanted to, I could just click on the down arrow to the right as city, and then I can see here I've got the ability to filter by. So I click on filter by. Now I've got a variety of filters I can use. I've got equals here, but I could use other terms if I wish to, but I'm happy with equals because we said equals Seattle. If I now apply that, that will filter down, so it's filtered on that column, so it's brought everything back as Seattle. And then we said we wanted owners. If I go to job title, again, filter by, we could do contains if we wanted. Let's do contains owner. If we apply that, that has now further filtered that down. So I've effectively created that query, give me contacts that are in Seattle and are owners. If I want to save that, and that will save that into my saved views, what I need to do, in my case, just navigate to the end of the row here where I've got 3 dots. If I click on that, I've got a field here called create view, but if I go to the right of it, to the arrow here, it says let me save it as a new view. I'm going to do that. It's asking me to give it a name, and I'm going to call that test 4. If I save that and I go back to my views, let me refresh that because I've been adding and deleting views. If If I go back, yeah, you'll see test 4, and that's the view I've created. So I've created a query outside of the traditional advanced find. But if I go into advanced find, I can navigate to save views. I can see the test 4 I've created. I can see the terms of that. And if I go to details, if I wanted to further edit that or change it in some way, I can manage that within the advanced find interface. So we could build, if we wanted to, a really basic query, but then further enhance it by using the advanced find interface. There are obviously some limitations on the extent I could query using that interface, but it can be a very good way of doing slightly more involved searches without going to advanced find. Hopefully that's been helpful as an alternative approach to advanced find. As I say, we've got a whole series of videos for both the legacy and modern interfaces on advanced find. You can see links to those below. If you've got any suggested content, or indeed you need any help with Microsoft Dynamics, please see the links below. Anyway, thank you very much for your time today, and hopefully see you again soon.